I'm just gonna play some fun hype up music that isn't even really hype up music.
Mm-hmm.
Epic video chat is not available for 25 or more users.
Wait, what?
Yeah, no, but we can screen share. So Joe, can you relay that?
Yeah, let me jump over. Hold on.
Okay, I'm gonna I'm
On
gonna start
God.
I'm gonna start talking. Well, we're all gonna start talking. Um, so let me open up my itinerary really quick. No one can see me, which is great. I'm glad that I didn't worry about shaving my face or looking presentable because no
Kind of
one can
sucks.
see me. Yeah. All right. So
Yo, when are we gonna do the 50-50 raffle?
My
yeah,
room is
yeah.
certainly a room.
We're, we're the 50-50 raffle hat. All right. So
I signed
um,
up for the tricky tray.
welcome everyone to a special presentation of of how everything's been going so far with the game. Project Codename Sloptown has officially been underway for exactly 1 year. So a year ago today, around this time, um, Hexman and I met for the first time in a Discord meeting. He had contacted me a few days prior, probably on like the 28th or so. Um, right around the same time that Cameron Carr, the creator of Vavel Dragon, hit me up. They both sent me messages within a day or so of each other, and they asked me if I was interested in working on some projects with them. One was a film project, and the other was a small game that would require me to write maybe 4 or 5 songs. Um, and so it would come to pass that Hex and I would get into this conversation, this meeting, at about 9 p.m. on October 30th of 2020. And it just sparked so much passion and so much joy and so much excitement about a very, very small game. Now, keep in mind that Hylix 2 had released in late June of last year. So I felt like I was on top of the world, and I felt like I was getting to know a bunch of you that are in here now, and it really was just it was an amazing time to be an artist and to be alive and to be receiving so many different uh, fan messages and fan inquiries and project inquiries. Um, this is also very shortly after I finished the Moon Age Lobotomy EP, like making everything so that Mason could record over it, which we obviously took our time on. Um, and so Hex and I started talking. That conversation lasted about an hour and a half to 2 hours. Um, and then I was asking him if he had an artist for his game project. He said that he didn't really have anybody in mind, but he was shopping around. And so I said, I think I know a person who might be I think I know a person who might be interested and available. And so I sent a message to Spec, and within a minute of receiving that message, Spec jumped into the call. And now I'm meeting Hex for the first time. Spec is meeting Hex for the first time, and we're all just talking about this game, this prospective game. And we just start rifling off these ideas, and it's amazing because if you've ever been a part of like the early phases of a project, you know that feeling where it's just like it's like all of the cells are splitting and rapid mitosis is happening, but it's all creation, creative creation anyway. um, and so then we realized that we were like we were like so busy cranking our hogs that we didn't we didn't really have any way to organize it. And so then the only person that I could think of was my brother Joe, and I sent him a message because I had been talking with him on this in the sidebar for a couple of days about this amazing prospective project and this amazing opportunity. And I said, if you have the time and you want to come in and just talk with us and see if you can help us organize our ideas a little bit better. And he said, yeah, sure, no problem. I'd love to help. And 2 days later, Joe was on the project officially. So now it was the four of us, and it was the four of us for a very long time. We got a lot of work done. In that time, we wrote the entirety of the game. The script for the game was completed. Um, Much of the content of the game had been solidified. I completed the writing, composition, and recording phase for the OST in mid-April, um, and basically we we realized that there's a lot of visual art that needed to start manifesting, and it's a huge project. So we started asking around, shopping around, and we talked to some people, and we all decided that we really wanted Lucille on the project, and
Hi.
she gladly she gladly accepted the role and has been nothing but an absolute badass. And Spec has been great, and Hex has been an incredible coder, and Joe has just written his ass off, and you guys all know me
Present.
with my music and stuff. So with that being said, I wanted to welcome everybody. I wanted to thank everybody for being here and not only participating in this as a experiment for the Hylicord refugees, but also as a way to get excited about something new. Um, and I also wanted to take a very quick second to sing the praises of the team. Um, we all seem to manage a little bit, but I try my best to be the primary cheerleader for everybody, and I wanted to thank you all for being patient with me, and for being so excited about something that is not fully it doesn't fully exist in the world yet. It takes a special person to get excited about um, making a piece of art. And that's how I know that everybody on the team is a true artist, because we talk to each other almost every single day, and we're so fucking stoked for this game to come out and for all of you to experience it. Um, it's really gonna be incredible. So uh, that takes care of the welcome. The brief story of how we came together as a team. So let's just go down the roles one more time. Spectra is one of the visual artists. Basically, offering what I would refer to as Spectravision. He's also the father of Slop Boy himself, the Lord and Savior of wonderful this wonderful space on Discord. Lucille is also in charge of visuals. They work together in tandem. Um, I don't
Co
even know what I would
artist.
say to describe your art, Lucille. It's very fucking potent. It's noticeable through and through. Both you and Spec have this synergy that's incredible, and I'm really thankful that both of you are teaming up. Hexman is our resident coder and the original creator of the game project, codenamed Sloptown. He is the one that approached me with a ton of original game ideas, and everything sort of just uh, came from there. And then my brother Joe, he's our narrative designer. So all of the text and all of the language um, and literature that will provide people with a one of a kind gaming experience is all very meticulously written by Joe, and he's just unreal. Like what a machine. I've been consistently impressed with your work ethic and
Sweet.
how you yeah how, just how everything has come together. The game would not be nearly as good without you on it. So thank you. And
And
I'm Chuck.
try.
You all know me. I'm the music guy. Um,
Mhm.
so what we've accomplished in the last year. We already talked about that very briefly, but I'll go down the list one more time. We do have all of the music for the game in full. Every aspect of this game's music is complete. In fact, I think the next thing that I have to do is just blast through sound design, and I
It's gonna
think
be
that's
fun.
something that we're all going to
Gonna
mess with.
be spicy.
So it's gonna be really funny. The sound design is gonna be really funny. Um, we've accomplished assembling the team of characters. We've accomplished the adventure, building the adventure that they're gonna go on. We've solidified the visual aesthetic of the game. We've assembled a core group of fans who are going to be instrumental in helping us tell the world how ridiculous this adventure is.
Wonderful.
With Slot Boy as the fucking figurehead. So,
The ultimate
is
goal of
that
the
a
game is
Slot
to
Boy
make sure that I
voice?
don't work at Walmart again.
Unbelievable. So
Yes.
okay, so it looks like the whole team is here and ready to go. So all right, Hex, and Spec and Lucille and Joe, you're all in here. So we're going to talk about our experiences really quick. I've talked enough, but I'll just say my experience so far with the game as the writer of the music. Um, I really loved writing music for Hylix 2, and when I finished, I didn't want to leave that world, so I respectfully begged Mason if I could write more music for it, and that's how Moon Age Lobotomy came about. Um, and so, of course, when Hex asked me to write 4 songs, and then that 4 songs blew up into a modest 30 tracks, um, I knew I had my work cut out for me. I was staring down the barrel of a massive, massive project, and it took 6 months, and it was the most rewarding 6 months of my life as a musician. I I remember showing this music to my mom. She came to visit in the studio after I had just done some major studio. Uh, I revamped the studio. I replaced the floors. I replaced my machine. I'm no longer composing on my phone. Thank God. I'll miss it. But I was showing her this music, and I just started crying uncontrollably. And I said to my mom, "I will never be able to write this music again." And I feel both overjoyed and so sad that I will never be able to discover this music again. And that's how I feel about this music. The game is very musical, and it's gonna really help embellish the experience in total. So that's my experience so far with the first year as the composer. Which one in the team would like to go next to just talk briefly about your experience?
I can say a little something. All right, guys, Joe here. I am the narrative designer for the game, and just to don't want to take up too much time here, but first and foremost, I do not and never have considered myself a writer. I had always tried to write things, short form fiction, longer things, so on and so forth, but I've never actually been able to really complete something that I was happy with until I had like an actual team of people that were for uh, excited for something the way that this team has been. So, with that putting wind in my sails, it was incredible how quickly things were coming together, and how this story kind of materialized, and how quickly edits got made. And now, you know we're at this point where this story is written and it lives rent free in my head. And all of the characters, and capturing all of their individual voices, and making sure that everything is cohesive and all that. It's something that has been a great joy and a great pleasure to work on. And and all I can really say is that when this when you all get to experience this, I hope that first of all, I hope that I've done a good job, and I hope that it's something that everybody enjoys. And yeah, that's been my experience so far. I will kick it over to either Spec or Lucille or Hex.
Yeah, no, I can take this. So, I've been messing with a visual art thing or two for a hot minute, but this is the first time that I've really worked on a project of this scale, and the first time that I've really worked on a significant collaborative project. I feel like I have learned and am still actively learning a lot about myself, and I the complex and finish lineless world of making a thing. But I hope people find the visual style of this game to be unique. There are a lot of things that I'm really excited for, and I think it'll be a patchwork multimedia mess, a natural extension of the drawings that I used to do on my closet door with crayons. And I hope that you will all be there with us and enjoy those crayon drawings.
Nice. Hex, Lucille, which one of you wants to go next?
Well, my brain is empty, so.
just shake out whatever's left, kid.
Put me back in the microwave.
Well, if it's easier, I can say a lot of really nice things about you.
Prompt me. It's good.
We can all take turns saying what we love about Lucille.
So Lucille is great.
Lucille's awesome.
I'll start with when I was contacted. It was like I had just been gently removed from Walmart because I was late so much. And I was very comfortable at home for once, and I didn't have like any major I don't know. Like when you contacted me that night, I was not getting any like nothing was like in my way like it usually is when someone asks me about this sort of thing. And the fact that I knew like all of you guys, or most of you guys, or at least at some point, and we're all part of the same community and other details, I was like, yeah, this makes sense. We're doing this.
Chuck reached out to me while I was playing friggin' Resident Evil 2 Remake, and I swear to God, all he said was, "I have a proposition," and I was like, "Okay, yeah, this is it."
Yeah.
Chuck reached out to me 20 minutes before my friend was like coming over for the first time in like a month, and I was frantically cleaning my room, and they ended up arriving with me with a dirty floor because I could not stop talking to Chuck. There's no way.
Yeah.
Well, Chuck would just not shut his fucking mouth. I just needed to clean.
It was all cool though. It was totally fine.
That's how it happens though. I mean, it's like a scene from a movie. Like it starts with Hex coming to you, Chuck, and then you're like, wait, I know someone, and then we reach out to Joe, and then
Yeah, it really was an avalanche.
Timing in my life is
Assemble the crack team, Chief.
Man.
Yeah.
Timing.
Yeah, I reached out to Chuck once, and then he reached out to 3 people.
Yeah, well, I mean that's the classic, that's the classic Chuck way. So Hex, tell us how you feel, because you reached out to me. You were like, I want to make like a really small game, and now how do you feel?
I mean, it started out as this like really tiny little game. It was gonna be like I don't know, maybe an hour long, an hour and a half. It was gonna be almost nothing. And I was like, hey Chuck, I really like your stuff. Can you do like 4 tracks? And he was like, yeah, well, let's talk about it first. And we talked about it, and it was great. And then we brought Spec on board, and we brought the others on board. And then the game just kind of like expanded at this crazy rate. Like the game just blew up and became huge. So Spec has to do so much more art. Chuck has to do so much more music. Everything just like grew, and it was like scary, but it's also really fun because now I have a lot of stuff to work on.
Yeah. It's really like, I don't know. I feel like we're as far as I'm concerned, um I really just wanted to get, as a musician anyway, I wanted to get close to that feeling that Hylix 2 gave me. Um and I know like it's such a potent game, and so I'm sure everybody feels really close to that game, and it was such a binding factor, um for all of us, when we came together. We would nerd out pretty regularly about Hylix. But as we've worked together for the past year, it's no longer just about like, yeah, we still nerd out about Hylix, and how much fun it's been to have. Mason has been so gracious in acting as a consult for us, on more than a few occasions. I talked to him a lot about time management and about how to make this project the best that it can be, and all while he's working on stuff on the side, so that him and I can come together to make a new game as well. So there's just a lot. There's just a lot going on, and we're fortunate to still have Mason on the sideline. So I wanted to. He's not here, but for the record, thank you. you know, it's just one of those things. He's such a good friend, and such a good colleague, and what a pro. He's been helping us out a lot.
Yeah.
So let's get into the goal of the game. We talked about we talked about the goal, what the purpose of the game is, and I feel like each of us have a good way of describing it. Joe has easily the funniest description, because it's like, telling
You
you.
want me to share that?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I
No,
think
no, I'm not sharing that.
so.
It
So
is.
the
I
point of
need
the
to.
game.
It needs to be on like the Steam page at least.
Sure. Yeah.
It'll be
Yeah.
it'll be on the Steam page.
So the game is, it's a JRPG, um, and it's about an adventure of a young girl and her friends. Well, a young individual, I should say, a young individual and their friends. Um, they're all young adults, and they're about to move out of their apartment. So think like early 20s, moving on from college or grad school or whatever, moving on to the next big thing as young adults, and the anxiety that goes with that. Um, and it's important to note that it is. It is something that is going to be relatable. It has been crafted meticulously to be relatable, and something that people can easily empathize with, um, because there are a lot of really great games, right? Like we can empathize with characters that don't exist in a world that can be considered anything close to reality, but we empathize with them because of specific situations that they find themselves in. And what we wanted to do was make this character, and make this story sort of unfold to the player, so that it could be something that everybody could empathize with, very easily. It's a really really great story. So the goal of the game is not only for you to feel strong emotions from the character's adventure, but to feel strong emotions about how your own adventure as a young adult, or even just an adult reminiscing about young adulthood, how it is unfolding and how the road is materializing before you. Sam too. What is this? Sam.
Oh shit.
Sorry, that was great.
Sam.
Hold on. Have we been? Ah, man, I lost my bet. I thought it was gonna be 20 minutes before we go off the rails.
No, it's okay. We're not off the rails. Great. So, okay.
We made it 32 minutes. Good job, guys. We did it.
I'm watching things fly by with like my mind completely empty. Like I'm fairly calm right now, at a cost of. I will think about this later.
It's just the train is just going down. It's about to fucking explode. Holy shit. Okay, so
Name the movie.
let's
Oh, I love that.
I think we have to do the demo. We are gonna show a demo of the game. It's not much. I want to remind everybody.
No, you cannot play it.
You cannot play the demo. This is the demo that is going to be played by Spectra. It is very basic instances. We want everyone to keep in mind, we are still developing the user interface. We are still developing sound design. But
certain things are peeled away temporarily. There's things you will see today that wouldn't fit, that like it was not cooperating and would not get in. You will see it today.
I hope you guys understand. Working with RPG Maker is like building a game with twine.
Yes. But it's very. But what is important is, we're gonna sit. I mean, now that Spec, you're gonna do the playthrough, right?
So Hex is going to stream the playthrough. I have a little bit of test footage that I have in video form that I can just post directly into the server, or that I can stream.
Hex,
stream, yeah.
Take your time, explore the world, and let people hear the music, and let people really focus on the. We can commentate, and someone's doing a screen cap of this. Appy's doing a screen cap, and I think someone else is doing a screen cap. So this will be on video anyway.
I have my recording, but you can hear all of my noises in it. Do not rely on me.
That's okay. So we'll I guess we're gonna turn it over to Hex to do the demo. Again, take your time. Let people look at the sites and hear the music and experience it.
And just remember that all of this stuff is like currently temporary.
Right? Yeah.
Not everything is permanent. This is like the alpha, if you will.
Yeah. This is the pre-alpha. Yeah.
Yeah. This is just like a little taste of how it might like go. So let me try to get this thing booted up here.
Screen share? Does screen share work?
Yeah, it works. I got it. And
I think friggin' better work.
So it looks like we sacrificed video for the amount of people in here, but I don't think there's even that many people in here.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's okay.
So it looks like it's working. Let's see here. Come on. Now's your time to lower the volume. I'll give people a minute because the game might be loud.
Don't lower the volume.
This is sort
I'm actually not hearing any music.
I can hear it.
No, that might be my issue.
It is you. You have an issue. Holy shit.
Y'all get the tiniest taste of battle music.
Enjoy those bits. Where you going? Where are you going? Get out of there.
I'm looking.
You're not supposed to be there. Get out of there. You're gonna give me a heart attack.
Top secret.
Hello, little friend. Oh yeah, just walk through that.
Walk through that gate.
Yeah, walk through the gate. No, not that one. Yeah, it's locked. Yeah, don't worry about it. Don't go in there. He's right.
True.
So that thing there. Ah! Sick.
There we go, dude.
Okay.
Dig
So,
it.
ladies and gentlemen, the official name of the game is FlipSide.
FlipSide.
In FlipSide, you will play as Sam, and you will go on a crazy wild adventure and learn a lot about who she is, who she was, and who she's going to be. And so yeah, I think Spec also has some playable stuff or a video.
Yeah, hold on. It is short. But hold on.
T-post moment.
T-Bo's moment. Yeah, so Chuck, I might need to see where the OGG versions of the tracks are because I actually did not have them in my
Oh, that's okay. It's no big deal.
thingamadoober.
Yeah, it's okay.
I'll tell you
But
for
you
sure.
just
There's like a long period of time where I just deliberately, like, even in the dev chat, like, not say the word FlipSide out loud, like, in general. Just so the wires don't cross.
Yeah.
And that goes for a lot of things.
Yeah.
So
Garbage Inc.
you can
Yes, all
go
the
easy on me, but yeah, you know.
Oh yeah, no, that's a good question. Yeah, all of the default RPG Maker stuff is going to be replaced later. Stock stuff has just been used for as like placeholder.
So Spec, do your
There is a lot
live
that you
right
don't
now?
know.
Yeah, I'm live right now. I can just play it. There's no music or anything, but this is a
Okay.
demonstration of
Oh,
the
God.
parallax scrolling. We can have
Oh my God.
differing scrolling layers.
Okay, I can see you now.
We're flexing a little bit with our graphics capabilities.
Yeah.
There he is.
The boy.
And then Sam just dips.
Hi.
No.
Hi.
Bye.
Hello, man.
It's great, dude.
Want to hear about my epic backstory? No thanks.
No. Oh
Now-
wait, do you guys want me?
Go
Do you guys want
back.
me to show it again? I'll
Honestly,
play
show
it
it
again.
again.
I'll play it again.
Listen,
Yeah,
I literally did not see what he said.
I can also do that for the
Yeah, that's
for the
fine.
other
I can-
demo.
That's me
I
not
can
paying
also.
attention.
I'll post it in here. It's not like a.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
can just post it in here. That's fine.
Yeah.
Do. Wow, them sure is some hills.
Hill.
Shit, I want to talk about my epic backstory.
Oh, that's what it is. Okay. Oh.
No, dip.
No thanks.
No.
Nope, bye.
Excellent.
FlipSide. FlipSide will be out in 2022. We are currently riding a massive wave of productivity.
If I survive.
We are we're planning on releasing some fun Halloween themed stuff tomorrow. This will include some special Slop Boy art that was created so lovingly by Spec and Lucille.
It's a collab.
In collaboration.
I mean, most of this is collab. I think.
Yeah. So
the map that Spectre showed, I think, is almost entirely you. I think it's entirely you.
Yes.
Yeah, it's entirely me.
Yeah.
So this is the thing that you guys can be hyped for about this game. One of the first things when we first brought on Lucille, my thought process was, okay, we'll use Drawpile as a vehicle for sketching things out. Because I thought, like, okay, yeah, that's clever, right? Like, we've both used Drawpile before, that makes sense. one day I was looking at the draw pile files, and I saw the little logo for Krita. You know how like sometimes image files will have like a program logo over it. I was like, okay, that's weird, and I opened it, and it maintained the layer structure in Krita. So we're able to draw maps collaboratively in Drawpile and then into Krita and work with them with separate layers. There are going to be areas of the game where our styles are right up next to each other. There's going to be some areas where it's more focused on my art, some where it's more Lucille's art. It's really like the other thing is too, I specifically, made it clear to Lucille, and it was sort of a mutual understanding of like, I'm not going to impose a style where she has to like sand down how she does stuff. Each of our styles is going to come through because that's part of the unique voice of the game.
I think each of our styles are both enhanced by each other.
I think so too.
In various ways, like you have like my workflow of like the efficiency that comes from doing the traditional art, scanned, digitized, cleaned up, colored a funky way, colored more ways, colored even more ways, and then until it looks good. And then Spectra knowing like the photography. Can't fucking speak.
The photography.
Yeah, my mouth doesn't cooperate with me. Yeah, like getting all those like and using them in art as assets and textures and all the knowledge of like the dithering stuff within Krita and like just and then further figuring out how that all works together and mixing it together.
Dream Team? Yeah, no, I feel good about this. It's gonna be some good stuff.
Works perfectly.
And it's not just a matter of like, oh, I'm doing all of this, or like both of us are working on maps and enemies, character designs. We're gonna be working together when we work on UI stuff and how battles are going to look. It's
I feel like we've already contributed something very important to something that already existed. Very excited.
Again, this
oh my god, he's dead.
Special piece of this special piece of art is going to be it's going to be exclusive for Halloween, and it will also include one full track from the game. No cuts, no fade outs, no nothing. It's gonna be one full track that is apropos for the holiday.
Pretty big favorite of yours, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, it's a favorite
of mine.
I think it's safe to say that it is the favorite of the entire dev team. Like this song is just like it's out there, dude. So
is it? Wait, hold on. I can't
don't know
remember
what song you picked, so
don't speak for me. I love all of it.
Yeah. So
wait, be Mystic Cryptic. Which one is it?
It is the theme for the spooky zone.
Oh yeah.
That is a really good one.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Maximum spook.
It's gonna be good. Yeah, maximum spook factor.
Yeah, you guys are not ready for a 30-track Chuck album.
No, you really.
30 or is it? No, it's 30.
You really
you're really not ready.
Like, y'all are like, oh my god, these Hilux tracks are great. There's 10 songs from Hilux, and then there's the additional 4 from Moon Age Lobotomy. This is 30 fucking tracks.
It's double.
It's way different from Hilux. Way different. It's still got the brand. You'll recognize that it's me. I've shared some snippets here and there, but this music is I've really tried to do right by the team by writing music that is going to stand on its own from Hilux.
This music pops off so severely that I like.
Yeah, I'm glad that it's been able.
It doesn't let you go.
Yeah, I'm glad that it's been able to help everybody while we make stuff, and I think that's something that I wanted to touch upon too. I'm so tenacious that it often is to my detriment. I will just make a bunch of shit. Like again, like I talked with Hex for 2 hours, and then I had my brother and Spec in there, and it was like, yeah, now we've got this huge game that's gonna be like, way longer than an hour. It's gonna take for fucking ever for people to play it. And then I was like, yeah, guys, I'm done with the OST. It's like, Chuck, what is wrong with you?
like here
But-
to help show this further. I think within maybe the first 3 days, Chuck had already finished a track,
Yeah.
Yeah,
and we had just like
yeah.
spoken,
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I finished the main theme of the track, or of the game. I was like, I think that
Yeah,
this,
main theme first. That's ballsy.
yeah,
yeah, but it was but it's great.
and of course,
Yeah.
the main theme, establishes a really important leitmotif that is present throughout the whole
the
game.
the leitmotifs.
The leitmotifs, oh my
The
god.
motifs, they are lit.
Yeah, the leitmotifs
They're-
are very
Yeah.
palpable in the game. They're so what I wanted to focus on too, for this project was that each character has their own leitmotif, which is something that it's something that I kind of did for Moon Age Lobotomy, but I had already done it. Moon Age Lobotomy had already been completed, so it was like, all right, so how do I apply this to a video game, not for standalone tracks? And each area in the game, and there's many areas. They have different motifs that are indicative of certain characters, certain situations, certain feelings and emotions. It really, the music in this game exists solely to embellish the experience of playing the game to such a tremendous level. And I'm really proud of the work, but I'm also really proud of uh, the work that has come from everybody else on the team. Um, the work that's coming from everybody else on the team is going to make the music that much better. And the music is going to pair so well with the visuals and pair so well with the text as it appears on the screen and the story as it unfolds before the player. Um, each of us, we're really bringing our A game every day. We have met consistently Monday, Wednesday, and Friday every week for a year, and sometimes even more. If we can jump in for a quick meeting where we meet for like an hour or so, we can do that. But we've really grown as friends. We've grown as a team. We've grown as a family. Not to sound weird or anything, but it really, like, my week is not
You'd be like that.
complete
Sloppy
without
family.
my week just isn't complete without working with these individuals, and it's just become an important part of my life. And so, I think that's going to make the game that much more special too. So with that being said, we are going to everybody is welcome to stay in the I guess in slop stage. We won't be able to do any visuals, and I understand if people are really like getting tired or whatever, or have to go to sleep. This isn't necessarily the conclusion of the presentation, but we're going to move to the Q&A part of the presentation, so we can answer questions in a limited way. We might have to keep it, as Spec loves to use, we might have to keep it semi-mystic, cryptic. Y'all can ask whatever questions you think you can get away with, and we will answer the questions here. Being that where I want to keep this presentation at like an hour, so we've got 10 minutes of Q&A. Then we will. I love that one zombie. That's like one of my favorites. Like, it's so good.
Sam's design did change, but I do really love that so
Yes.
much.
He did change.
Sam's design did change. We felt that.
I'm so sorry to everyone who has made art before then, but it be like that.
But I can put, yeah, there have been some change because we wanted to really figure out the color palette for the whole party is, and it can be hard, when you have a party of 4 characters, making them all look unique and iconic, but also cohesive. Anyway, at some point
We
I can
figured.
post updated.
Well,
We
you guys figured Sam out. I hadn't even been there yet.
Yeah,
Yes, there are 4 characters.
Sam.
Yeah.
We wanted to. So initially we had Sam. Obviously, her the design is very different from skin color to hairstyle.
That
we wanted
hairstyle did not physically make any sense. So I don't know, like people who have drawn the original art hairstyle, you understand like the pain of like drawing a hairstyle from one angle and then like having to figure out how to like navigate it in 3-dimensional space.
This is me with everything. Every time I make a design that I really love, it's because it looks good at that one angle. This is a problem with dragons. This is a problem with any sort of like any creature. Hair, hats that are asymmetrical. Not naming names.
And you know what it is?
Terrible time.
You know what it is too, and I don't know if anybody has like noticed or pointed it out, but it's entirely just because I really like the asymmetrical hair that Lane has, and there's no character connection. Sam is not Lane, but I like it.
Yeah,
I want.
You can't pin this game as any one specific inspiration because we all have like different things that we have played in the past, and
for sure.
Yeah.
I know
one
enough.
Of my big inspirations
I
is
know
a game
enough
no
to
one on the
giggle,
team
but
has played.
I know Jack. I know absolutely nothing.
We wanted to focus on making Sam really not have an identity that is easily pinpointable. We wanted to make her I guess you can say culturally ambiguous.
People are saying non-binary Sam.
Does she look like she knows?
So yeah,
Sam at least right now identifies as
really
a girl.
what we. The other thing too is this. This game, the storyline is so robust. There's no time for any there's like no time for any romance. So there's nothing like that exists in the game, which
that's all for the homies back home.
all for the
exactly.
So you don't have to worry about you don't have to worry about Sam being.
I appreciate that we're like
I
appreciate that we're nailing that now. Like shipping, nah.
There's a question here. How long the design process for Sam and the other characters was?
Ongoing? I don't know when everyone was born. Beyond that, ongoing.
Ongoing. So in terms of like narrative development, I feel like within the first probably few weeks to like a month or so, we had not like ideas of how these characters would be characters, but we had like a sense of sort of what their place would be in terms of the progression of the game. Like design wise, man, those first several months were something. I think I pretty early on had like a basic idea of how I wanted the characters to look, but it's one of those things where it was like stop and start a lot for a while, but recently I feel like the designs are in a much more refined place where I feel like they're pretty nailed down, sans some details here and there.
Rest assured, the character design will be strong enough for everyone to have so much fun doing their fan art.
Yes.
Yeah, no, I think so. I'm really excited to see
everyone's
where
having
it comes
so
out.
much fun with Slop Boy.
That was so fast. Oh my god.
I know.
Dude, that was a flood.
Do y'all should I tell the story of how Slop Boy came to be integrated in this game?
Sure.
Yeah,
go for it.
It's really funny. So let me go back and like how old Slot Boy is like precisely, because this will be a psyop. Um, but so man, when was this?
Gani. I don't understand.
Oh my god. Okay. So May 30th, 2020, the file for the sprite sheet is whatever this thing is. Uh, basically, way back when in 2020, around the time that I was like, did somebody make a psyops reference in chat? Holy shit. Multiple people. What is wrong with you? Um, way back in May, uh, I just as things were starting to like kick off in the Hylicord, I was starting to think to myself, man, I don't have a drawing tablet, but I want to start making digital art of some kind. So I started tinkering around with the idea
Oh, it's him.
of basically a hybrid process, as Lucille says, where you start with traditional drawing, you take a picture, and then you digitally alter it.
Can I post
So
the full thing of that one?
What's that?
That one terrible little slot boy right there. Can I post the full one?
Oh yeah. Let me see if I can actually find like the drawing like the Prismacolor, because it's literally just like markers and Prismacolor, like grayscale markers. But basically, I made that, and this was like a part of a series of drawings that I did in order to like basically prove that I could do it. And then eventually, I decided like, okay, I want to elevate, I want to step my game up and become more efficient at this. So I'm gonna pony up and get a Cintiq, which I did, and it's very rad. But way later, we are in a meeting, and we're just talking about the game, and we're talking about how it's going, and I'm like, guys, check this out, and I post whatever that thing is, and Joe's like, cool. Where in the game is he going?
I did say that, didn't I?
The thought hadn't even crossed my mind. I was just like, hey, look at this like weird lump of poop that I made in my spare time months and months ago. And Joe's like, I love him. Can we keep him?
I feel like that essence like sticks to him.
It really does. Yeah, no, because like all throughout, I mean,
Everything
I'm
sticks to
not.
him.
Can't
Everything,
elaborate.
everything sticks to him. No, I'm without
Oh no! He's like
without
the
going without
keyboard
going into
buddy.
the nitty gritty. Slot Boy to me, for one, I can't remember. I don't know if Chuck has already said this before. I feel comfortable saying this just so that y'all know that Slot Boy is gonna be there. He is a recurring character, and he does help you save your game. He's gonna be there every step of the way.
Yep.
He will be with us every step of every journey, and that's how I feel about Slop. I see Slop as the smile in the face of adversity, a cheerful spirit in the worst or best of times.
Just bungling
Right.
about.
All right,
People are saying,
I want to try and make sure that, because there's some actually really good questions here a little further up that
sure,
are
yeah,
kind of getting buried here. Is Sam going to have drastic character development, or will they be a static friendly character? Sam does go through character development,
yes.
in many ways.
In all ways.
This is in every ways. Here's another good one. Question: what was your biggest inspiration for this game? For me personally, I'm 30. How old am I? I'm 34 years old. I've been playing video games since I was like 3. So the list of inspirations for creating a video game are literally endless. On top of like, Dungeons and Dragons adventures and various other stories and media and so on and so forth. The inspiration for these kinds of things literally comes from everywhere. So
Do
it's a
we
it's a really long list.
do we all want to like talk briefly about just some
Hmm.
very basic inspiration? Because I think that that's an
Sure.
interesting.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
guess Super Nintendo era JRPGs primarily.
Yeah. Nobuo Uematsu mostly. You know.
Well,
I'm
you
I'm
know
trying
me.
to.
There you go.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Cause clearly, the dithering stuff. I think I wouldn't have learned about dithering as in depth if it weren't for like Hylix blasting a bunch of pixels like sand particles in your eyeballs. Um, So
Oh,
that really.
okay. Hold
But
on.
then the thing about that is, what's interesting about that is that through learning about that, I learned more about the kind of dithering patterns that were used in PlayStation 1 games. And I've seen some people on Instagram point this out. They'll say that digital art that I've made, which had no intention, like, purposefully of being PS1 game-esque, like that comparison has come up a lot. That's something I like to try to challenge. There's some Ed and Eddie inspired wiggle lines, here and there. That's definitely something I stylistically enjoy.
Yeah, Wiggle Vision or
Wiggle
Squiggle
Vision.
Vision. Yeah. Um,
Hold on, there are some. Will the game have one ending?
yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah.
The
Honestly,
game will have one
honestly,
ending.
I won't allow it.
Oh, actually, this is a really good
You've
one.
you've heard my spicy opinions.
Expect
Also,
our answers to be temporary.
I had some stuff to say before, but yeah, I have some spicy opinions about games with multiple endings.
Mm-hmm.
Also,
Wait.
But,
how long will the game clock in at? Conservatively, 10+ hours.
honestly, yeah.
Yeah, no, I'd say
Yeah,
that's fair.
it's going to be it.
gonna
I mean,
be
it might be it might be faster if it may be faster. Not really sure, but from what I think we're looking at, we're probably looking at somewhere in the ballpark of like 8 to 12 hours.
The game plan is limiting scope creep.
Yes. Yeah.
Right.
Here's
A
a really good
serious
one.
question coming.
Oh no, go ahead.
No,
I'm waiting on it.
Oh, okay.
My inspiration.
Is
This
there
one
any
is
unique
you've told us.
mechanics? Unique mechanics.
There is sort of.
There's a
Sort of.
yeah. So there are going to be some unique elements to the game that take from. I won't be giving anything away like this. Think about like traditional video games and how they work, and I want you all to really think about how playing Hylix is. We really like all of us are huge Hylix fans. We wanted to make a game that that felt familiar but was obviously very different and its own unique thing. But there are a couple of elements in here that are reminiscent of the Hylix life cycle, if you will. That's a unique aspect of the game.
I think
in
another.
terms of gimmicks, the whole fucking thing is a gimmick.
The whole thing's a gimmick. I think in terms of
Crazy.
unique mechanics, there will be an attack button.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but this is a really good question that I think I want to touch on because I think this is something that we've talked about in dev team meetings before, and I think we have stuff to say about it.
Sure.
You've told us the basic theme of the game, but how would you describe the tone? Will it shift hard between being silly and depressing, or stay somewhere in the middle? If I were to give my 2 cents about the story and its tone and how it handles it, it has its high and low moments, but this is not. I want to be clear. This is not a game where it's going to get like grimdark. It's not going to get to a point where it is like super edgy dark. There'll be some low points, but it's
we're not gonna enter that Omori territory. Not to speak illy of the game, but that game gets very dark.
it's some games are just dark. This game
games are dark,
is lighthearted with a dark undercurrent, maybe.
Yeah.
No, that's a good way to describe it.
Really good way to describe it.
Yeah.
Really good way to describe it.
I'm seeing a lot of stuff about Yume Nikki in the chat. That is a big inspiration of mine.
Huge.
But we also have a lot of people, so there's a lot of inspirations everywhere.
It
But,
won't
but
be
yes,
Like you guys say, Nume Ike. Oh my god. See, I can't speak. I can't.
Yummy
Never.
nickel.
Yummy, Yuffie. I have not played that game. I have not.
Neither
I
have
get it. I get it.
I still haven't.
I get visuals from it mixed up with a different game. So it is not something that's in my menu. Now,
Yume Miki, more like
earlier
SSX.
we were talking about inspirations and stuff, and
Oh yeah.
yeah, I'm the kind of person to play a game, and if it actually is something that I like, I tend to enjoy it for the next 2 years. So it's like I don't know. My experiences are limited. I've filled in the holes of my experiences by watching streams. So I've watched like a little like stuff that like Vinny has played, like Chrono Trigger a little bit, and like other things. But as far as like me goes, like what I've played, like I got a little bit into Mario RPG. Probably got stuck.
You should get more into Mario RPG.
Well, I've watched
Yes.
other people play it and breeze through it, and I'm like, oh, cool. And I can just sit back and relax and watch it happen. But it's different when you're playing it yourself. You really get like the feel of it when you're playing it yourself, and that's for me. That's Earthbound, Mother 1, Mother 3. I in that order I played them, and it was a time.
The mother vibes do come through.
I made Mother fan art for 2, possibly 3 years. I don't quite remember. There was a transition period, but here's some little things. But yeah, like I don't know. Oh, right. Oh, what was the thing you mentioned about mate? Oh, I was thinking it was you were talking about the dithering pattern stuff, and it came to you a bit, or at least it clicked when like you saw like the stuff with like Hylix and everything.
Mm-hmm.
I did a little bit of like I was just doing it through like either index mode or even just using I think I was using save for web in Photoshop to like limit the colors on my stuff because there was this like one look that I was trying to figure out, and like I really liked it. I really liked how it could take like a really grody, like boring basic brush like digital doodle painting thing and make it like I don't know, it just adds that spice that I really like. And I didn't know like how like broad it was, and then on top of that I have like the hybrid art thing, and then it hit me like halfway through the year that like wait a minute, I mean yeah, duh, Mason does like dithering and stuff, but like both the things of being passionate about maybe getting some of the dithering stuff worked out and the getting more people into the traditional and digital potential, because there's so many ways you can go about it. I realized that Mason is like already on with this stuff, but he's using clay instead of like I mean some of it is actually drawings. So he's like he's like already on that stuff, and that made me like I don't know, it hit me. I don't know what to say about it, but like I'm very glad.
I did want to mention something really quick before answering another question. I see that both Vinny and Nitro Rad were mentioned in like
yes.
succession. Okay, so Vinny knows about my music and my goings on only because he's a massive Hylix fan. So the only way that Vinny is really going to know about this game is if someone makes mention of it, or if I send the Redvox Twitter a DM, which is it's a ballsy move. I don't know if I do it, but Redvox does. Brushing the dirt off of my shoulder, Redvox does follow me on Twitter, which I think is really funny. I would love to do a collaboration with those guys. They seem like they just write such great music, and I'd love to play some guitar on a track or add some vocal harmonies behind Vinny, although he seems to have the vocals covered. He's got a great voice. Dude is just he's just next level. And then of course I do have a candid and brief DM open with James Nitro Rad, who's also a huge Hylix fan and a fan of my music. I let him know as soon as we started development on the game, like within like a month or two. I was like, "Hey, I'm working on this new game with great music. I've already got a few tracks. I'd love to send you some stuff, but I won't send you stuff as a trickle. I'll let you know when we've got stuff ready to go, so that I don't waste any of your time. I know you're super busy." And he was like, "That sounds great, man. Can't wait to hear it." So he seemed really really like just in that, you know how passionate that guy is. So he seems like, he'd be the type of person that would be on board to play the game. But
Yeah.
it would also be easier if we're hoping that y'all play the game and believe so strongly in it that you help us in uh, making the suggestion to them. Like we're not asking you to do that for us, but if the game is good, speak up about it. We're excited that you are excited, but the game will only grow um, if the fans are vocal about it. That's all I wanted to say.
Mhm.
Yeah. So unless you guys wanted to take any more questions, I thought I'd just do one more to sort of cap it off because I feel like it's a good sort of place to stop. But
Sure.
Sure.
I saw somebody ask how we did the dithering, and I thought I would take that and sort of bounce off of it because what I'd like to do, um, and I don't exactly have like a time frame for when I want to do this, but at some point I'd like to stream and possibly stream and record some of the process that I use for art in general, but also for creating for use in Maker MV or MZ. Um, uh, yeah, and get to talk about some of the techniques made to make it all pixely and junky and freaky. Uh, yeah, spec masterclass. Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, I used to have like a funky way of doing it in Photoshop. And while I do like that Photoshop's index mode, I can change particular colors. We're still working on that one. We have
We'll
been
get
doing it in Krita mostly. Like it's mostly Krita related at the moment as far as dithering goes and figuring that stuff out.
Yeah, if you guys have computers which are able to run Krita, it is a very capable program, and
Pretty
I would
good.
highly recommend it to people. Even if you don't have a drawing tablet, one thing that I would like to do at some point is a stream where I do just all mouse, no breaks,
Mouse
because
holder.
I think it's possible. I think people can make great stuff with it, even if they don't have a screen tablet or that sort of stuff. There are ways around it, and Krita has a lot of
Yeah.
really powerful and really incredible tools. I mean, we're still finding new stuff. I
Oh,
realized the assistant tool the other day, which lets you put down vanishing points and like allows you to snap the brush to vanishing point grids, which is crazy. Like you can draw in perspective in Krita. It's oh my god.
I think with
Anyway.
the way that our art styles like the different things that we want to like experiment with and how well they like mesh together. It that both of those things like really help with like mouse art. Like when you when I take a drawing or a photo and I scan it or take a picture and edit it, bring it in, whatever. Since those lines are already there, that's like the hardest part as far as like mousing goes. Coloring it from there is fairly like simple. Like if you're doing like I don't know, like you may need to change the opacity if you're trying to get like gradients and stuff going, but there's ways to do it that is convincing. And then add dithering on top of that to hide like all the imperfections and you are golden. Like
Yeah.
you can do it. You can do this stuff. But
Yeah,
look,
so
I
that's
mean,
one
if anything, luckily things like screen tablets are becoming more and more affordable and more competition. I have a nice
that
little
does help a lot.
GUI on
I
that's
will
getting better, but you have the capability. You can do it.
I will say too, and this is one of those things
But no
where
pens,
I would
yes.
probably start work on this like a while from now, but I have a YouTube channel, and one of the things that I've considered doing is making basic videos showing some drawing techniques, and that can include stuff like the hybrid process that uh, Wait, Metabing is Fire Alpaca? I didn't know that. That's awesome. What?
Man,
That's
I
sick. I
have
have
like
Metabing on my phone, on my phablet.
I have like 100 to 2 hour or 100 or 200 hours of stream footage that I need to like make speed paints out of, and it's like it's like very time consuming stuff. But I did have the idea to like anything that's kind of minor, lump it all into like 1 year, like a year's video of a bunch of like different speed paints, even if they're like incomplete. Like just like lump them together because they're just fun to look at, even if you don't know what's going on.
I wanted to respond to Manlink really quick,
Yeah.
and Rin Mac. Thank you guys. I really appreciate that more than you know. Just so everyone is aware, this game is the last game that I will be using my phone to compose for. Um,
Yes.
thankfully,
The first half of that was very worrying.
I was gonna say you scared the
my
whole
last
chat.
Hello?
game. Yeah,
It's
no, no,
like
no. It's the last game that I'm using my phone. That I used my phone for. I did Hylix 2. I did Moon Age Lobotomy. I did and I did FlipSide. And in total that is uh nearly 50 tracks worth of
Did
music.
Vobble Dragon with that too, didn't you?
And Vavel Dragon. I also did. Yeah, Chuck Telephone. Holy shit! Oh my god!
Because using his iPhone 4.
Pin it. It's getting pinned. Holy shit! This is the greatest response ever, Funktown. So yeah, it's the last cell phone composition game. I am thankful that everyone has been so supportive of me and of the team and of Mason. It allowed me to make the make the decision both you know comfortably and financially um, to get a proper setup to make music at home. So I will be composing music on a bigger screen with more materials. I actually just bought a new pedal for a new project that I'm working on with Mason. And I'm happy to say that it's real fucking weird sounding. So yeah,
It's
I'm very
real
stoked.
wacky.
Yeah. The one of the big motifs was I bought this pedal for specifically for FlipSide, and it is the Electro-Harmonix New York mainframe bit crusher, um, and it's just an 8-bit style pedal, uh, and it basically was instrumental. Pun intended. It was instrumental in getting the sound that I felt most proud of for the game. Um, and so you can look forward to hearing this weird that weird kind of like psychedelic vibe along with this 8-bit sound integrated in as well. Uh, Flipside is scheduled to come out in 2022. We are in October of 2021, so that still leaves quite a bit of time. But I want everyone to uh, sit tight. We are making a lot of really big moves, um, and we can't wait for everybody to play it. Um, and I wanted to thank everybody once again for coming to the this presentation. It will be viewable as I guess we keep on saying that it's unlisted, but I mean, happy if you took the video, you can post it to your channel. It's no big deal. You did us a favor, so you could just post it to your channel if you want, and it'll be easier and more viewable that way. You can share it, and people will be able to watch it. If it spreads like wildfire, we'll talk. But I think for now, in the information stage of releasing it, it's fine. grab the slop boy. Thanks, man. Oh, and
I love that like 90% of the things I'm seeing in chat are things that I've seen for the first time. Who just Chalk Boy?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
the
was me.
You guys added Chalk Boy, my
I added
boy, my boy.
Dude, the Chuck on the Nokia face melter, killing it.
I
Absolutely
also
killing it.
I vaguely remember someone saying that something happened and they didn't get to view the demo. I could run that back again if somebody wants it.
We
But
can probably get clearer footage of like all of that.
yeah,
Honestly.
we'll
that is true.
It's different than it's different than it
Yeah.
being in the moment in our little funny little commentary, but it's something, and you'll be able to look at it easier, I think.
I also wanted to mention to people that we are releasing a massive dump of information. We're taking a massive dump of information tomorrow and in the coming days on all of our social media platforms. So be on the lookout on our Twitter page. Lucille is also going to act as a surrogate for that information on Tumblr. I'm
Oh
going to
yeah,
post
one
all the
moment.
information on my personal Instagram page as well as the official Steeped in Mystery Instagram page. There's just going to be a lot of stuff available for you guys to. Oh, that will forever be on this video, Chuck. Why did you say that? I know what I said. Yeah, so game dev codename Sloptown. Yeah, so now that you all know about
I can change it now. Well, should I change it? Should I change it now?
we have to change a bunch of stuff. We're still
I got
gonna
it on the list.
we're still gonna keep the name of the server as Sloptown for those of you that are worried, but it'll probably become Sloptown, the official FlipSide server. Just so people know what it is and know what the game is officially. And so, can I reveal this information about how Sloptown is going to get integrated into the game so that everybody's happy because they were all worried about that?
I think so.
All right. One of the worlds that you will explore is indeed Sloptown Swamp, the home of the Sloppies.
The Sloppies.
Yeah,
The many.
There are many of them there.
Plural.
Holy crap! The chat just exploded.
Here, Spectre, you do the honors on the slop lore. Well,
Yeah, we'll slop
Slop Boy versus.
That looks like Mark
Oh,
Zuckerberg.
yes.
Yeah.
So this is something.
All but important detail.
It's something that's gone through some evolution over time, but Slot Boy is a spiritual companion to Sam, and the Sloppies are creatures which are made of acrylic paint. They're really gross, terrible, but we love them, and they have they're just very they just chill. They just vibe. They chill out in pools of dirty paint water, and the colors mix around, and they maybe eat trash and other junk. Leave dry paint droppings.
They were gonna say footprints.
They could also do that.
I got excited. I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna animate footprints." No.
They may or may not all sound like Carl Weezer. We don't really know.
Well, you heard, yeah, I'm Slop Boy. But
here we go.
When I say paint, so maybe the paint droppings are also footsteps, because if you're a creature that is all paint, no breaks, then every step you take, you're leaving behind some dried paint.
So, you know what? Leave the Slop Boy anatomy to the people.
Yeah. Well,
you'll figure it out.
Yeah,
you'll figure it out. I'll figure it out.
It's not that complicated. Look, it's got some nubbins. It has legs. It's colorful.
He's an individual.
It's an individual. They're hive mind.
I threw up.
Just get Holy shit! So this seems like a good place for us to end the formal presentation. Thank you all so much.
Yes,
We
thank
are
you.
gonna the dev team is going to take a very, very quick break. We're gonna do a team huddle and just talk it out, and give each other high fives and whatnot, and then we are going to come back and do a more chill stream in the slop pits. We understand that some people stayed up very late and need to get to bed. Everybody who is celebrating Halloween or some spooky holiday tomorrow, have a happy and fun observance of such, and we'll see you all tomorrow. Get excited for the exclusive art and music drop that's coming for Halloween, and we will see you in the slop pit or slop pits shortly. Thank you so much, and we'll talk to you all very soon.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everyone.
Peace.
All right, time to teleport.
Teleportation.
He. I don't know what we're supposed to do about this chat. I mean, you guys can't talk anyway, so it doesn't matter. Can we teleport?
We can teleport. Y'all can chill in here for a moment.
You'll have fun. You'll have fun.
Yeah.
It's kind of useless because the chat's not going to be in this one, but yeah, you have fun. Y'all have fun in there. All right, is it time to teleport?
I think it's time to teleport.
All right. See ya.